Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Mrs. Bandu's Math Movies. This is Lesson 6-5 for Course 2, 4th period. Solving percent problems using proportions. And basically, that's our objective, to use proportions to solve problems involving percent. Now, before we even get started, really the whole crux of the lesson is what I have written right here. The part over the whole equals the percent over 100. This shows you 3 separate problems. You could memorize how to do each one separately, or you could memorize this proportion right here and learn to fill in the parts. This is more what I'm going to focus on than these, although we're going to go through these so you have examples so they know what to look like. All right, so just looking ahead, I wanted to tell you that to begin with. So if you haven't already written this and circled it or highlighted it, please do so. All right. Finding a percent. What percent of 25 is 5? Okay, so what percent basically means I don't know my percent number. So I have n over 100 for what percent. Of 25, the number following the word of always represents the whole. So 25 is the whole. And the number that usually follows the word is the part. So 5 over 25 equals some number over 100. And you can solve this using cross products. 5 times 100 and then divide by 25, so n is 20. So we're going to use our cross products and division. Okay, well, let's look at the next one. And again, I'm going to try to point out some key concepts to you. Okay, first of all, here's 20%. Immediately, I know that that can be 20 over 100. And it can be your first ratio that you write. It doesn't have to be the second ratio. So 20% is 20 over 100. I look for the word of. Whatever follows of is on the bottom. So the 25 is on the bottom. Okay, now here the is isn't very helpful because of the way the question is asked, but the only place left for the missing number is now over the 25. Okay, so what number is 20% of 25? So again, I'm going to do 25 times 20 and then divide by 100. So n is 5. So cross products of the two partners, divide by the third one. N is 5. And basically, you see that if you fill this in, you get 5 over 25 equals 20 over 100. It's just like this, different missing pieces. Okay, and here we go for our third one, finding a whole. 20%, so again, this is my percent, very easy to write because it's always over 100. Of what? Okay, now, I don't have a number following the word what, so this is my n. All right, and then the leftover number, actually, even better than looking for the word is, this is the leftover number usually in the method that I use to find my pieces. So you might think of that. 5 times 100, divide by 20, you should get 25. So again, these are all variations of the same information, just finding different missing pieces each time. It's all set up, though, by knowing this ratio, part over whole, percent over 100. And remember, the word of generally will precede the number that represents the whole. So a lot of times I'll call that the of number, just as an easy way to identify what I'm looking for. Okay, question number 1. Finding a percent. What percent of 150 is 45? So here again, I look for my parts. You can write a portion to find the percent. Okay, what percent? I don't know the percent. That's my question. So that means the n goes over 100. Of 150, of always comes before the whole. So I'm going to put 150 on the bottom. The leftover number is 45, and it goes on top of the whole. So this is my part. Okay, And now I can solve my cross products. 45 times 100 and 150 times n. Okay, you're going to divide each thing by 150. And you're going to get n is equal to 30. So 45 is 30%. This is one of those where you have to then put the percent sign on your answer, 30% of 150. So again, they went through the algebra here. I'm going to allow you to just use arithmetic rather than algebra. If you'd like, 45 times 100 divided by 150. Okay. We have number 1 is a quick check there. We can do that now or later. I'm going to continue on at this moment to example number 2. Finding a part. 24% of 25 is what number? So again, I locate my percent and I locate the word of. Okay, so first of all, 24% is always, the percent always goes over 100. Of precedes the number that is the whole, and the whole is on the bottom. So 25 is on the bottom, and the remaining number is the missing number. So this is my part. And if it helps you to write and circle and do these little notations on each problem, do so. Once you have it set up, guys, these are a piece of cake. You already know how to do these. So here they've simplified the fraction, so I'll go ahead and do that. You don't necessarily have to do this. But it does keep the numbers a little bit smaller. So we'll follow with what they did. So we're going to do 25 times 6. All right. And then divide by 25. So that's basically going to give us the answer of 6. So 6 is 24% of 25. Okay, let's look at this. It says, use a proportion to answer the question. 117 is 45% of what number? So here's my percent of what number? Here's my whole. I don't know what the whole is. So 117 is the part. Okay, and the model is going to show this relationship. So the part is 40, so 117 represents the part, which is also equal to 45%. The whole bar here represents 100% and also the whole number. Okay, so again, 117 is the part. I don't know the whole. 45% is 45 out of 100. Okay, again, you can do your cross products, or you can just do 117 times 100 and then divide by 45. Your answer should be then 260. So again, I'm fine if you don't go through quite all the detailed algebra that they do here, but you do have to use your cross products. We'll talk about how you might want to show that work in class, but for the moment, bring this in. Finish the quick checks, bring this in. See you soon. Bye now.